Hello, this is Ron Woods of Mongoose Metrics, and in this tutorial video we're going to talk about how to set up a dynamic one-to-one campaign. As you can see here, we have the number 440-777-3456. What we're going to do is replace this number using the dynamic one-to-one methodology. In order to do that, first you need to log into the Mongoose Metrics dashboard using the Mongoose Metrics credentials that were provided to you by the Client Services Department. In this example, we're going to use happycustomer@mongoosemetrics.com and the password associated with this login and authenticate. As you can see, we have a bunch of campaigns here, but I'm going to create a new dynamic one-to-one demonstration campaign. So let me just plug that in. And once again, the campaign names are completely up to you. They're arbitrary. You can name a campaign whatever you like. This is just for demonstration purposes. And the default destination number, if you remember, is where you want the calls to be routed to. So once we create the destination number, we're also going to procure a number that we want to have for replacement and to route the calls to. So I'm going to procure a toll-free number for the sake of this example. And once you get here, you just select the area code that you want or the toll-free prefix. I'm partial to 877, so I'm going to choose 877. And it shows me them in increments of 20. I'm going to choose this first one here. And then I'm going to check the box and click Request Toll-Free Numbers. Now I'm just going to confirm the purchase as I would for any standard one-to-one implementation. And if we go to Manage Numbers, you can see that the toll-free number that we procured has been assigned to this campaign. So this is pretty similar in common to the standard Accutrack one-to-one setup that you're probably familiar with from looking at a previous video. However, we're going to tweak it a little bit by checking out the replace settings. So in replace settings here, if you recall, we're going to want to replace the specific phone number. And the specific phone number in question is the actual 440 number that we saw from the previous page. So we're going to be replacing 440-777-3456 as indicated here. So this is what we're going to put in our replace settings. So let's go back to replace settings. And we're going to specifically put that number in. Now we have that successfully submitted. And we're almost done. Now, much like the session product, we do have a snippet of code for the dynamic one-to-one product. Because the number has to be dynamically replaced, we're going to need this campaign code. And this custom snippet of code that is needed for the dynamic one-to-one is going to be provided to you by the Mongoose Metrics Client Services Department. So once we have the campaign code, we're just going to paste it in this template file where it says campaign code here. And we're going to need the phone number that is the default number that we're going to be replacing, and that's the 440-777-3456 number that we also set up in our replace settings. Once we have that, we're just going to highlight everything, right click and select copy. And then using a standard website and web page editor, in this case we're using Adobe Dreamweaver, I'm just going to go here just above the closing body tag and right click and then select the paste option, which is located here. And now we have the code implemented on the site, and all we need to do is just update or upload our changes to the server. And if you see here, it's right just above the closing body tag as needed. I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to upload or put the file up to the server. And let's go back to our website. Now I need to reload this page just to make sure that the new changes have taken effect. So I'm going to reload the page, right click and view the source. And I'm going to scroll down just above the closing body tag, and hopefully I should see our code here. And here it is. Perfect. Now I'm going to close this. One thing I want to point out here is that the campaign code is here, and the default number is listed as well. So I'm going to copy this campaign code because we're going to need it in order to trigger the code. I'm going to append the end of this URL. Now we're going to use a question mark mm_campaign variable, and that would be our campaign code, and we're going to append to it an ampersand showing a second parameter, mm_replace equals true. And if we do this correctly, we should see the 440 number change to the toll-free number, and it does. And so here we have our toll-free number 877-670-1592, which we have procured. And if we check the campaigns page again and go to edit campaign, we should see that this very same number is the one that is now being displayed on our test site. Now we're going to log out. This concludes this video on how to create a dynamic one-to-one.